ranking every single invasion in Elden Ring Nightreign. Now, every single invasion on this list is good, especially the new ones that we got with the DLC. But some are definitely better than others, and I'll be talking about why some are better, all the upgrades, all the advantages, all disadvantages of every single one, how easy they are to deal with, and how helpful they will be for your run. In dead last, I have the Gladius invasion. Now, the Gladius invasion is arguably the only invasion in this game that makes your run worse. It makes it harder for you to win. Now, what happens is you get the 3 different Tricephaloses spawning in your map, and they can spawn anywhere. In the picture I'm using right here, they spawn actually pretty close to each other, but they can genuinely spawn on complete opposite sides of the map. Now, the dogs themselves honestly are not too hard. They just have the normal moveset of Gladius. They take a good amount of health. They do not have a lot of HP, but the problem is once you kill one, the other ones get stronger. And by the end, he will have up to 7 or 8 dogs jumping you. If you're on solos, yeah, good luck. Just close the game. Like, honestly, just close the game. And after all of this, even if you do manage to kill him, and you can't even ignore him because he'll be doing passive damage to you the entire time. And with how hard the DLC is, there's no way you can avoid him. But let's say hypothetically you do end up getting to him, he's probably going to waste so much of your time. And even once you beat him, his buff is not even worth it. It's definitely one of the most underwhelming buffs in the game when it comes to invasions. So this invasion is just, I don't even know why you would want to get this. It's just horrible. Next invasion I have is Caligo. Now I know 2 new invasions back to back, but this one's actually, it's a good invasion. This actually, I'm happy whenever I get this one. I just believe the other buffs are better. So basically what happens during this invasion is you get hit with an ice storm. If you don't go for it, Caligo will be doing constant ice damage to you and hitting you with stuff. But once you do go for it, it's honestly extremely simple. For one, I've never seen it spawn too far away from you, so it's usually pretty close to you, as you can see on the picture I'm showing. And once you get to him, all you have to do is hit Caligo a few times, and then he flies away, and you get, 1, a ton of money, 2, you get, I think it's a pretty underwhelming buff, but considering how easy it is to get, I really don't think it's bad. You basically get like a Duchess ultimate. When you're low on HP, you become invisible. Now, this can be nice if you don't out of heals, you want to use a warming stone or something. I believe it can be useful, but I just believe the other stuff is better, hence why this is low. But this is overall a good invasion to get. I'm happy when I see this one. Next up is Augur, and this guy is pretty good. Now, this guy can be absolutely amazing and the best invasion in the game depending on the character you're playing. Now, if you're on Revenant or Duchess, this invasion is absolutely amazing. First, we'll talk about how the invasion works. Basically, what happens, the giant bubble forms, and you can see the bubble, but the bubble will teleport you on a different location on the map. And you can see the different location already on the map as soon as it spawns. And you do have a chance to outrun the bubble if you really don't want to go to it, but it will chase you for quite a bit of time. Now, I do always tend to just jump in the bubble because it does seem to be worth it in the end. Now, the reason this is a little bit lower on the list because I have had times where this teleports me inside the storm. I'm showing an example picture here. It literally can teleport you inside the storm. You're going to be fighting him in storm. Now, he's not a very hard fight, but if you're getting hit by the storm as well, he can just instantly one-shot you, which can be inconvenient. It's just pure sabotage if that happens. But the buff will basically be you get FP every time you use Estus. Hence why I said it will be so good for a character like Revenant or Duchess. Now, Revenant is a character with an insane amount of damage, but she just struggles gaining FP. So if you get this invasion, Revenant is basically one of the best characters in the entire game. Same with Duchess, you're a great spellcaster, you'll be getting constant FP. This can be almost good on any character, to be fair, as long as you're using your Astral War. So I think this is overall a very solid invasion that can help you out a lot. Jumping straight into the next invasion, we got the Sentient Pest. Now, this invasion can be absolutely a lifesaver, but it can also be annoying, so I could see why some would have a lower. Now, I think this is a lot of fun and it's very good to get. So basically what happens, you see like a bug storm surrounding you, and if you get stuck in it, you lose 1 level. But if you manage to avoid it and find the bug and you chase them, basically you have a random chance of getting a buttload of money every once in a while. Now, this is a very simple buff, but it can hit you at high levels, and it's very nice. Who doesn't like hitting level 15? Especially on low level runs, this invasion can absolutely save you because it can just give you a ton of money. Now, sometimes when you're chasing the bugs to get to the main one to kill it so you can get the buff, it does take you inside of Storm, and that can be absolutely ace. But this happens on rare occasions for me, and I think the buff is usually worth it because the bug does not have a lot of HP. So I would give this one like a solid, it's right in the middle, right? So I think it's very good. Next up, I have Morgan. I mean, he's one of the best in the entire game, hence why he's top 3 now. He's also the only non-Night Lord invasion. Now, I think that Morgoth's invasion is honestly pretty simple. Might be the most simple one on this entire list. All he does is that he invades you, and you have to kill him. Now, the catch about Morgoth's invasion is that he's going to follow you throughout the entire map. You cannot outrun him. He's the only invasion that you can't wait, you cannot run. He's just going to be there. There's no way to ignore him. He's going to try to kill you relentlessly. Now, there's two options. You kill him, you get the buff. The buff is for every grace you touch, you get a damage buff, which is extremely useful, and it can make you win a run easily. The damage buff can be extremely significant if you get it early game. Now, the negative will be if he kills you, he gives you a massive debuff where you take more damage. And he's the only Night Lord that gives you a debuff. I mean, he's the only invasion that gives you a debuff. So I can already make him extremely high risk, but I do believe he is worth it, hence why he is so high on my list. And next up, number 2, I got the Balancers. Now, these guys are the definition of a cool ass and cinematic ass invasion. So basically what happens is you get transported into a random camp. Now, what's going to be happening is the camp, there's going to be mobs fighting each other. Every single mob is enchanted and they'll all be fighting each other. And you walk around the camp, you'll find a Balancer also fighting the mobs. Once you kill one Balancer, you have to go to the next camp. And there's going to be 3 different camps, and every single camp there's going to be enchanted enemies that'll be fighting each other. And you have to kill them to basically make the camp free and break the spell that's you're on. The negative effect of this one is you don't have maximum heals until you deal with all the Balancers. But the positive effect is every single Balancer does not have a lot of health, and you can honestly kill them pretty quickly. Now, the buff for these guys is absolutely insane. So basically you have a random chance of getting up on your own and just completely ignoring the fact you died. So that is a massive buff. Now, I do think it is a pretty low chance. I've only gone it once, but it is still very good to have the chance to be able to get up from being down. And I think it's overall a very fun and cool invasion anyways, so I really do like this. And at number 1, the best invasion in Elden Ring Nightreign is still the Libra invasion. Now, I know some people might disagree with this invasion, but this invasion is honestly pretty simple and you do get a lot out of it, so I definitely do think it's worth it. Basically what happens is Libra spawns somewhere on your map, as you can see in the picture here, and what you have to do is you have to go and pay him 15,000 if you're on day 1. If you're on day 2, you have to pay him 35,000. Now, basically how everything will go is you will have reduced health. You will be missing 50% of your health until you either kill Libra or make a deal with him. Now, if you do kill him, there's no point. You should be making a deal with him, because once you make a deal with him and pay him that money, you can basically get any ability you want from Libra for free. Now, the best options, in my opinion, are the extra heal, and extra Estus will always be extremely useful and extremely good. If you don't want the extra Estus, another one is I think the extra money you can get is very good. Hitting level 15 can almost guarantee a win for most bosses. So those 2 are my favorites, but there's definitely better options you can get. If you're having a low level run, if you're missing a good weapon, you can get a good weapon. This guy is just absolutely cracked. You can basically save any run if you get his invasion at a good time. Now, I've also had times where he spawns outside of circle and I have to deal with an entire day without having full HP, which is completely annoying. But that's very rare. It's only happened like one time and I have like 300 hours on the game. So this invasion is absolutely cracked. Definitely my favorite. Whenever I see it, I'm like, okay, this run is secure. And that is my ranking of every single invasion in Elden Ring Nightreign. I'll be making way more Forsaken Hollows DLC and Elden Ring Nightreign DLC videos. So if you're interested in that, make sure to tune in later. But thank you to everyone that watched this video, and I hope you enjoyed my ranking of the invasions.